Welcome to the Michigan Travel Show, a kaleidoscope of stories about the people, places, and events that shape our great state.
Hello everyone, well, Gary Morgan here in Pittsburgh at the NFL Draft, and outside the Exer Stadium and the NFL shop. All kinds of things going on here. Today is setup day still. Just had a big whopper 18-wheeler. Here's the museum. And so it's taking shape. Tomorrow is the open. I am one of the area managers here. This guy just got a picture of the helmet. They have all 32 helmets out here. This is a big hit. You take a picture with your team's helmet. You can sneak in, but they're all on the road here. And so this is kind of cool. The Steelers are going to be hot here. Here it is. As you are here, this interactive video screen. So some hot music playing behind us. I'm going to check out the stadium. We've got Steel City Kitchen and the Steelers, famous for being part of the Steel City. And but we're going to go into the museum, and it's just outside. Check out the stadium here in a bit. Like I said, there is the beer hall. You guys have some beer with football. And then a lot of the activities are inside the Science Center there. There's a big park right next to the stadium, which is kind of cool. So, and then we have the Pepsi Challenge over there. So, it'll be a wild place here this weekend. And at least the weather's nice too. The big hit right here. All 32 helmets, all on one board there. Everybody wants to take a picture of this. The pick is in. Old Super Bowl tickets, and then locker rooms of select famous NFL players, what they would have in their locker. That's always questionable, but anyway, here it is, the NFL Draft, and they're doing their finishing touches on everything for this big, phenomenal weekend. They're still putting stuff together, so this is going to be pretty cool when it's all done by this evening, because it opens up tomorrow here in Pittsburgh. There's the whole thing, all 32 of them. And there's the locker rooms. Cool. It's the Heisman Trophy. That's pretty cool. And then you have the AFC Championship trophy. And on the other side is the NFC Championship trophy. Here, I got some place to travel, but I got my cleats, my claws. So players have names of their sponsors on their shoes. Kind of cool. Here's all kinds of lockers here for Bowl rings. It is so funny to watch the number 1 ring right there. There's the first one. And as each year went, dink, 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 we just keep going around. We will see what last year, because every year they kept getting a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. Now you can't even wear it. There is this year's Super Bowl ring. You can't even wear it. It's a trophy. Well, it got to be bigger every year. There it is. Pretty cool. Just all helmets, all decorated in some type of jewelry now, so they're shiny and bright. So they're on that side here, and here they all are, all shiny and bright. They're not done with everything here yet. They still have some things here. The legend, obviously, Walter Payton, and it's called the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. Pretty cool. Awesome player in his day. Died too young from cancer, but a phenomenal football player in his day. But Mike Ditka on Walter Payton. He is the greatest football player I have seen. But even greater as a human being. Pro Football Hall of Famer and former NFL coach Mike Ditka on Walter Payton. Yep, he was a living legend in his day and died too young from liver disease. But anyway, well, greatness can make you die early, but he was a great player in his day. Okay, well, this is a variety of spots to go. The stadium draft viewing, stadium gate C, field exit. So I'll walk in there and I will see what I can see going inside the stadium over this way. Be kind of cool. Looking out the stadium here, and Heinz is obviously a big sponsor. Must be Pittsburgh based, called Heinz Gate C. Heinz established in 1869. Here's the walker right on it. Beautiful view of the other side of the river. I see La Pond Hockey. This is called the city of Bridges. Anyway, this is what the stadium area is like right here on normal game days. So I've been next door to the baseball stadium, but never here to the football stadium. Inside the Acrisure Stadium, the home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. There it is. Big board there, all the way around. Pretty stadium, I love it. With all the slight orange or yellow, dark yellow seats, dark yellow seat. This is the 40-yard line. Kids play games, they do 40-yard dash. They have the field goal up there so people can try kicking a 40-yard field goal. They have tops in here, which I believe is a trading. This is where they do some of the draft, and some of the trading stuff may also be for food and beverage. So, but anyway, here it all is inside the stadium. And as they are finishing up touches on, doesn't look like, it's all together. But by tomorrow at 10 a.m. or by noon when they open, it will be unbelievable the difference of what it looks like. In Green Bay last year, they were behind on everything. Then, all of a sudden, clunk, the light switch went on, and it was all ready. So there it is. They've got a big screen here, big building inside, pretty cool tops, big trading card company. But this is what we've got in here. Pretty cool. I get that together. Like I said, it doesn't look like much, but I guarantee you by tomorrow morning, this will be all put together. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool how they put it all together. And guess what? Day after it's over with, it's down. 48 hours later, it's all gone. Pretty cool. This is the Tops, which is a trading card company. And you're going to be trading cards and memorabilia here. They're putting up banners. Like I said, it's going to be trading galore and banners. It's going to be pretty cool in here once they get it all done. It'll be cool tomorrow morning. They're rolling by with it quick. Yep. Tops. Any given pack. Yep. Tops is doing this whole thing pretty cool. Yep, I didn't get a picture of it then. I do now. And here we are. And that's one of their main gates. I was down on the floor, so that was pretty cool. Yep. A lot of activity here. People doing all kinds of stuff. Getting suites ready. This is going to be a big deal. I feel excitement in the air. Pittsburgh is going to kind of go crazy for this because they've been a football town forever. Weaving through history, pretty cool. Yeah, I should go see if I can get in there and check that out because I can't bring my camera tomorrow. Pretty cool about this stadium. Guess what? On Saturdays they play football here too. The Pitt Panthers play here on Saturdays in the fall, and of course the Steelers play on Sunday. So it's getting plenty of good use. I love it. The terrible towel, the Pittsburgh original, probably handed out some of those. The terrible towel, you got to have the birth of a towel, the origins of an icon. There's only one terrible towel for any team in the NFL football league. Anyone who's waving anything means nothing. It's just one terrible towel. In the 75 playoffs, radio's Ted Aiken challenged Steelers radio color commentator Myron Coop to create a fan-engaging gimmick. After exploring it like a black mask, Coop finally decided to encourage fans to bring a gold or yellow towels to wave during the first playoff game. Pretty good idea, and it's worked ever since. There he is. Great idea. Terrible towel. But anyway, it's been towels around the world, and they've taken this yellow towel all over. Space, Afghanistan, Spain, England, Las Vegas, Machu Picchu, Banff, Greece, you name it. Iconic towel, turtles. That's pretty cool. They've got something for all of it. Well, you got to have a gimmick and you got to make it work. Pretty cool. I'm on the main concourse here, so we'll get a little different perspective of the stadium here. With that big tent in the inside, but there it all is. Then you see up on top of the hill and right behind me. So it's good to be inside the stadium. Now I got to go over and see that big stage for the NFL draft, that half dome they built. And some rehearsals up there with some students and whatever, as they call their names. They are up there just rehearsing it. All the teams to the left there, Marriott Bonvoy, a big sponsor of the NFL draft, and you can sit in there. They have a band over there, they have entertainment, and then this is where the general public stands out here to watch it. A great view of the city from back here, and like I said, here it is. This is where all the major action happens, right here. Doing some rehearsals still. There is a band up there ready to play. Lots of TV cameras, you name it, they got it. This is awesome. We are currently standing on the old Three Rivers Stadium. I remember them when that thing was built. In 1970 was the first game, and they played here in 2000. And you know, this was where it all happened for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But
oh, it's such a joy to be on your side.
You can hear the stadium of the announcers there.
I know.
But now they have the new, this is home plate and all the significant things here. But now
Yeah,
just
right?
down the
I
way,
love that.
right there with those, all those lights are right there. That is the new Three Rivers Stadium, or whatever you want to call it. So this was pretty cool. They left this here, and like I said, they're holding the draft here. Right behind there is the football stadium that they built back then. And so we have another plaque over here, and they said when they did the in 1971, the first major league all-minority lineup. Started 9 African American and 3 Latino players at Three Rivers Stadium. The first time an all-minority lineup took the field in Major League Baseball. The Pirates would win the season's World Series. Play December 23rd, 1972. I was 12 years old. The Immaculate Reception by Frank O'Hara's. A bitter game, game between Oakland and Pittsburgh. He caught this ball from Terry Bradshaw as it fumbled, as it hit a couple other players, and ran down and got a touchdown. And from there, the Steelers went on to be a dominant team in the NFL for many years. And it was DeFranco here is the Immaculate Reception. I remember that play. And so the stadium was in Three Rivers Stadium where they played football and baseball. Now everybody's got their own. There's the football stadium. Over there's the baseball stadium. But now it's a parking lot. But pretty cool. They put up this monument to Franco Harrison, the Pittsburgh Steelers, that fateful day, December 23rd, 1972. National football game was played here in 1892, and the Allegheny Athletics defeated the Pittsburgh Athletic Club 4-0. Must have been different scores. But one of the players, William Pug Hebinger, received $500 for playing. He was a football player known to have been paid outright in pro football. Traces its origin from this game. So, well, this is the game center, I see. You can throw some footballs, do some running out here. You can kick a mini football somewhere. Obstacle course, play 60. This looks like the kids zone, but that's pretty cool. And there's a great view of the stadium right there. At Cruiser Stadium here in Pittsburgh, and then of course then they got the waterfront. Right there you can see all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to hike over to the state park over there. I gotta figure out how to get there, but it's a hike over there, so I will figure it out. Pretty cool. On the river, and there's the city behind us over on that side. But what's kind of cool here is there's a state park, Point State Park. I'm not sure, North Point State Park. Anyway, part of the festivities are over there. So I'm gonna go over and check it out. This is the day before, and of course, this was to fallen police officers here in the county of Allegheny, right here on the river. And over here, I've been here before, is pretty cool. Well, everybody remembers Mr. Rogers. Well, born and bred here, right here in Pittsburgh, and we're gonna go check it out. Mr. Rogers, everybody's friend, and so he was a great guy in his day, and his wife, but Fred and Millie Rogers, and Courtly May. So that was his lifetime friend, and they were great friends together, lifetime friends, and both passed away at almost the same time. But here it is, Mr. Rogers, a sculpture here, the big oval, tributes to children, and Mr. Rogers right here, the soft-spoken, generous, humorous man to children all over the world, especially here in America, but all over the world. There it is, Mr. Rogers, right here, tribute here on the Allegheny River, and pretty cool. And like I said, there's the park where the rest of the NFL experiences. I see this big statue here. It says Manchester Bridge, exactly what it is. Got Indian on one side and an old man on the other with a paddle. So I do not know what it is, but anyway, must be a tribute to something, but I do not see the plaque on here. So I'll just have to kind of guess, and it is what it is. But we will go over there and see what it is. Interesting picture. The draft, day one, 4 hours, 19 minutes, and 2 seconds. I think it's a little longer than that, but anyway, that's a security gate right there. We're gonna go out of here and over that bridge, over to Point State Park. Standing on this pedestrian walkway over the Allegheny River. A beautiful view of the football stadium, Cruiser Stadium. There's Point State Park, and you can't quite see it, but there is PNC Park, the baseball stadium. Of course, they got this dude, but I love the color of the bridges. They like coloring things here yellow, and this Beautiful waterfall. Okay, you can tell we're on the point now. I'm over the bridge and gonna walk on into the NFL experience over here. Okay, they call it Point State House, State Park, or Fort Pitt. So I guess there was a fort out here years ago. I could see that, but now it is transformed into the NFL experience. Pretty cool. Lots of things going on. This is going to be packed this weekend. There is no doubt about that. And it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be pretty damn cool. I love it already. Fantastic. Senior Tourism promoting themselves. PA 26. That's spectacular. It's pretty cool. People can stand here and say they're the overall pick. Get a picture with the draft. They got this all set up. I love it. You got plastic over the grass so we don't ruin it. And we're just going to keep walking down here and check this all out.
He is down to final three after Reyes hops in there. Now, do we do? It's a little overexposed right down the center. Might be the light on the boxes. We will have a backdrop
for $35.
so that
might help
playing
just
with them.
a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, we'll get that figured out. Mohawk's back in the subby. Ready, Red. What's up, baby? Subby down to 2.
Cool. Got it all. Marketed it out here. All of it. Pretty cool. Vince Lombardi Trophy exhibit outline will be right across the park. Everybody wants to see the world's greatest trophy. Yeah, the Vince Lombardi Trophy. This is pretty cool. They are going to have a red carpet walk with a bunch of the superstar football players right along here with Toyota, right out here in front of this phenomenal fountain here at Fort Pitt Point State Park. So I think it's Fort Pitt Point State Park. There's the stadium over there. Over there is the cable car that goes up right there. Goes up and down. I don't see it moving right now, but there it is going up that hill to Pond La Hockey. Exclusive neighborhood. And then we have Steelers country. And there's the whole city behind us. So the four, I remember these guys in the 70s. They were superstars. L.C. Greenwood, Joe Green, Ernie Holmes, and Dwight White. The Steel Curtain. I remember these guys playing in the 70s. Hopefully they're all still around. They'd be 75, 80 years old, but they were protecting good old Terry Bradshaw at the time. And that's pretty cool. And the band will be playing tonight or tomorrow for the 3 days here. And here we go. This is pretty cool. I love it. This is awesome. Are the Super Bowl rings of the Steelers. They won in 2009. They won in 2006. They won in 1980. Of course, U.S. Steel are their biggest backer. And then they won in 79. So they won 79. In 76. And of course, in 75. So they have won 6 Super Bowls over the last 50 years. That's pretty damn cool. That's awesome. Yep. Pretty damn cool. Steel country. 2020, you're in steel country. And then the terrible towel. And of course, steel stacks here from U.S. Steel. This is pretty cool. The terrible towel exhibit here. That's pretty cool. Yep. Terrible towel exhibit. Pretty cool. That's awesome. Steelers are all set. Cool. Kennedy, Dublin Island. Oh, there was. Okay, there they all are. Art Mooney Avenue. Here, this is making fun. The 12 Steelers bars. Oh, around the world. told you, I am here at Point State Park. So this is quite a cool place. And then they got Fort Pitt Museum, Fort Pitt Blockhouse, and the Mahaney and Allegheny riverfront promenades, because the river's split, so it's kind of cool. And they're telling me all about it. Point State Park, and it helped during the French and Indian War, 1754 to 1763, and then also during the Revolution. This is pretty cool. So here is the other part of the park. So I had to walk over through underneath the big bridge here, and then I'm out here. I see they're going to have a 40-yard kick, probably not 40, probably 20. It says, "Thank you, fans. You can come in over on this side also." There's a little more open area. They got some run, jump, throw events, Steel City Sips, the Wyndham. This is pretty cool. I love it. This is going to be truly an awesome event this weekend. Only in Pittsburgh. We get a view all the way across to the waterfront. There used to be a major fort here, and in its day, so they got the Fort Pitt Museum, Pittsburgh Revolution. You know, this helped out during the French and Indian Wars, the Revolution. So this is a major point with all the rivers here. And there's the Blockhouse, the Revolutionary War Patriots. There's a lot of history here in Pittsburgh. An interesting place, and I've never been quite as much here as I have before. Historic land, Forks of the Ohio, and Fort Pitt Blockhouse. Historical monument, marking commence of men and women who achieved American independence, the patriots, believing in the noble cause of liberty, fought valiant and found a new nation. 1775 to 1783. That looks like quite a museum. I may not make it this weekend, but I will be back for the marathon. Cool bridges, they're all painted yellow. It's a very interesting city. Never spent much time here, but I'm spending more time than ever. Cool. This is all part of the rampart of the Fort Pitt Wall, original part of it. So back from the 1700s. Yep, that's what the fort looked like back in the 1700s to help defend America and for the Revolution. They've got it all set up for the red carpet. Look at all the cameras here. This is pretty cool. And they're going to come through there, over there, and they're going to walk through and stand out in front of the fountain, which is now off for a little bit. This is going to be pretty cool tomorrow. Can't wait. It's going to be cool.